Assalamu alaikum. Assalamu alaikum.
Walaikum assalam. Tibyaan.
Waalaikum.
Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Welcome back to Tibyaan program. I'll start with the qiraat. أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. تبت يدا أبي لهب وتب ما أغنى عنه ماله وما كسب سيصلى نارا ذات لهب الحطب في جيدها صدق الله العظيم. رب اشرح لي صدري ويسر لي أمري واحلل عقدة من لساني يفقه قولي. alhamdulillah, salatu wassalam ala rasulillah wa ala alihi wa sahbihi ajma'in, amma ba'd. Billahi minash shaitanir rajim. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Welcome all of you again to the Tibyaan program.
Anand, your voice is breaking.
Today's yeah, I want to say one thing. Like, if my voice starts breaking, yeah, 1 minute. If my voice starts breaking, I'll off my video. Yeah, so I maybe now it's a bit clear. Is it clear?
Yes, it is clear.
Okay, thank you, Rehan. Thank you, Rehan. Yeah, so today is Thursday. So as we discussed, Thursday we'll have two halves. We are going to split the period. We are going to split our session to two halves. First half, we are going to learn a new tajweed rule. The second half, we are going to learn a new set of ayahs of Surah Al Baqara. Okay, so today we are going to first we are going to do a tajweed rule. So I'll share my screen first. Before doing, I'll say so today I hope all of you have your Quran and your tajweed notebook with you, so you can note this down. Only the rule which I'm saying on Thursday you need to note down. The others which I'm saying during what we are learning, you should not note it down. So I'll start screen sharing. So I hope all of you can see my screen. Okay. So today what we are going to learn is an easy topic. So first, what we said in the first class, we have three basics in tajweed: makhraj, sifat, and the rules. So in the first, we have makhraj. So we learned all the makhraj of the letters. Then second, sifat. We already learned one sifat rule yesterday. So I mean not yesterday, in the last class. So in the last class, what we learned was Noon mushaddada. All of you remember. I hope all of you remember and know it. So like that, today also we are going to learn a new sifat. So you can note this down. So it is known as the name of the sifat which you are going to learn today is called Hurooful Qalqala. Huruf. What's the meaning of huruf? It's letters. I've written in English. So huruf means letters. Qalqala means bouncing. What's bouncing? You guys may know like basketball, bouncing it. Yeah. So we can also bouncing letters. We call this Hurooful Qalqala as bouncing letters. So what is Hurooful Qalqala? Bouncing letters. What's the definition? Letters that have a special behavior when there is a sukoon on them. Okay, so now you may have little bit confusion. So letters that have a special behavior. What's a special behavior? We learned it's sifat, special attribute behavior, some places. So special behavior where there's a sukoon on them. These are not all the letters. There are only some letters. So Hurooful Qalqala, the 5 letters in Hurooful Qalqala are Qaf, Ta, Ba, Jim, and Dal. So these are the 5 letters. So we can also call them, for making it easy, I'm giving an example. You can call them basketball letters. Why do you call them basketball letters? Because they bounce a lot. But they have a speciality. They do not bounce simply. When they have a cap above them, when they wear a cap, they bounce. So what's a cap? The cap is a sukoon. So when the letters have sukoon, it bounces. So if you're learning it an easy way with an example, it's like when the basketball players, these are basketball players, these basketball players have a cap, wear a cap on them, then they bounce. So what is bouncing? So you guys, I'm saying bounce, bounce. So maybe you don't know what's bouncing. So you know the normal bouncing which we learn in English, like bouncing the basketball. Here, what is bouncing? So I'll give an example. So qaf has sukoon in the first word, falaq. So falaq, it's not should not be read as normal letters. It should not be falaq. It's not wrong. Falaq is wrong. Falaq, falaq. It should bounce. Last, if you are observing, I'm saying falaq. Um, yeah. So qul a'udhu bi rabbil falaq. It should not be qul a'udhu bi rabbil falaq. Falaq is wrong. Falaq. Like that. Some more examples. Muhit. Muhit. Ta with sukoon. Muhit. And then jim with sukoon. Bahij. 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 And ba with sukoon, kasab, not kasab, kasab. Then dal with sukoon, masad, masad. It's not masad, or you should not just do it normally. These 5 letters have special attributes, Hurooful Qalqala. So masad. So that's the basic. We have learned the definition. We learned all the 5 letters. I hope you have noted it down. You don't need to know the examples. If you want, you can know them. And so whenever in the Quran, if any of these 5 letters have a sukoon, then you should bounce on them. So I hope for everyone it's clear. I'll again read the examples. Falaq, muhit, kasab, bahij, masad. So those are the bouncing letters. The letters that have a special behavior when there is a sukoon. So the other letters, you should not bounce on them. We have given example like in the 3rd ayah, we learned Surah Al Baqara last week, 3rd ayah. Alladhina yu'minuna. There it's Hamza. In Hamza, you should not bounce. So many people said yu'minuna, yu'minuna. That's wrong. You should not bounce because it is not one of the 5 qalqala letters. Only the 5 qalqala letters you have to bounce. So you should say yu'minuna. You should not bounce. It should not be yu'minuna. Yu'minuna is wrong. Yu'minuna. Um, uh, 1 minute. Oh, Yeah, so there are many levels in this. So qalqala levels. These are advanced. 1 minute. Yeah, so qalqala levels. In qalqala levels, we have 3 levels. So these are advanced. You have to, I mean, you can note it down. But these are not mandatory. It's not like you should learn them, but these are levels, but which you should know. So I'm saying it since I'm taking this, so I'm taking it in very detail. So I hope you all write it and you can learn it. So Qalqala has levels. So there are 3 levels: level 1, level 2, and level 3. What are these levels? When does these come? So level 1 is the smallest level. Level 2 is middle and level 3 is highest. Okay. So what is level 1? When does it come? So that's our question. So level 1 is the smallest. We should do the qalqala for the lowest frequency. So when the Hurooful Qalqala, like the huruf, I mean with a letter having a sukoon, comes in the middle of a word. In the middle of a word. What does that mean? If there is a word, the qalqala, the sukoon letter, these 5 letters, the qalqala letters, comes with a sukoon in the middle of the word, then it is level 1. It's the smallest. You should not do much in it. You should do little, very less. So razaqnahum in the 3rd ayah in Surah Al Baqara, in the examples, razaqnahum, razaqnahum, qaf with sukoon in the middle. Okay, if 1 minute. Yeah, so I can say the names of these. In the names of these, yeah, so the names in Arabic, you don't need to learn it nor note it down. I'm just saying, so people who want to learn tajweed a little deeper can note it down. So level 1 is called qalqalatul sugra. Qalqalatul sugra. Sugra means smallest. It's just the Arabic form of smallest. Then in the middle, it is called qalqalatul wasat. 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 And the highest level is qalqalatul kubra. These are little more detail. You don't need to note it down. People who are more interested can do it. So sugra, wasat, kubra. So those are the 3 levels in Arabic. So if you're looking at level 1 example, so for qaf, razaqnahum, I just said, الذين يؤمنون بالغيب ويقيمون الصلاة ومما رزقناهم رزقناهم. So it should not be so much. رزقناهم, not that much, little. رزقناهم قاف, it's not رزقناهم. You should not do you should not do like that. You should bounce in it. We learned it. Qaf is a bouncing letter. Qaf, ta, ba, jim, dal. So razaqnahum. And ta example, at'amahum, at'amahum, at'amahum. It should not be done for full. You should not do for a higher frequency. At'amahum, just less, very less. Qalqala should be very less. So at'amahum is level 1 because it's in the middle of the word. Why are these level 1? You guys know, because it's in the middle of the word. I had told you. Then ba, hablun, hablun. Ba comes in the middle. So it's not coming in the last. And hablun, ba should be in the first level. It should be done very less. It should not be more. Hablun, just the normal. And then jim. Jim, naj'al, naj'al, naj'al. So it should be done with the qalqala. Then here qadha, qadha, qad, the qadha. Okay, so these are the 5 letters, level 1. So now let's see what's level 2. Level 2, yeah, level 2 means when the qalqala occurs. This is the middle frequency. So you should do little more than the when it comes in the when it comes in the middle of the word. You should do little more than which comes in the middle of the word. That means when qalqala occurs in a end of the end of a word. When the qalqala occurs in the end of a word. So you may have known ما أغنى عنه ماله وما كسب ba with sukun comes in the end of the word. End of the word means level 2. You should do little more than level 1. So it should be not kesab, not that much. Kesab, it should be little more louder and more higher frequency than level 1. So when any letter comes in the last of the word and stops with qalqala. So kesab is an example. Like that, the other letters as well. So razaq, no, not razaqnahum. There is even a word called razaq, not razaqnahum, razaq. There qaf comes in the last, so you should do little more than when qaf comes in the razaqnahum. Like that, all the other letters, if they come in the last, then you should do a little more than when they come in the middle of a word. That's level 2. Falaq example. So قل أعوذ برب الفلق خلق من شر ما خلق. Of little more examples. Yeah, so that is level 2. I hope you are all noting this down. So then now it's level 3. This is the highest level. So this is when qalqala occurs in the end of the word. It's the same as the middle one, in the end of the word, but with a shadda. What is a shadda? We learned last ayah. We learned in the last class. Shadda, noon mushaddada, and mim mushaddada. Shadda means the W-like letter. When it comes on the end with a qalqala letter with a sukoon, then it should be it's a level 3. You should do a little more. Like I read today I read in Qiraat Surah Al Masad in the first ayah. Tabbat yada abi lahabin wa tabb, little more. So very highest level should be done more. There shouldn't be so much difference between the first 3 levels. Only less difference. That's why these are very deep rules. Very less difference should be there between the 3 levels. So tabbat yada abi lahabin wa tabb. Here level 3, another example is Surah Baqara verse 189. So wa atimul bil hajj. Hajj. Ja comes with sukun and shadda. Hajj. It should be a little more. It's level 3. So that is qalqala. So we'll go through a little more examples. We have finished it. So I'll pick one out of you. Then you can read these examples. I'll say what to read. So Najih.
Yes.
Yeah, Najih, you can read this ayah first 4 ayahs, first 5 ayahs.
بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم والعاديات ضبها فالموريات قدها فالمغيرات صبها فأثرن به نقعا فوسطن به جمعا.
MashaAllah, very good, Najih. As you all heard, Najih did the proper how much it has to be of level 1. So this is level 1 examples. In the last, Wabha in the middle of the word. So that is level 1 of Qalqala. Ba with sukun, Wabha, Qadha, Subha, all these are level 1. Naq'a as well. In here, Sat, Ta with sukun. This is also a Qalqala. It's also level 1. فَوَسَطْنَ بِهِ. And most of you make this mistake. Jam'a. Here, meme is not a qalqala letter. So meme, most of you read. I'm not saying anyone. Actually, when I heard many people, so most of them read it as jam'a. Jam'a. That is wrong. So naq'a, qaf, you should do qalqala, but meme is not a qalqala letter. Only qaf, ta, ba, jim, and dal. Those are the 5 qalqala letters. So meme does not include in them. So jam'a is wrong. Jam'a, jam'a. It should not. You should not do qalqala in that. Then okay. So anyone else wants to read the 6th, 7th, and 8th ayah?
I want to read.
Yes, can you say your name?
Mishal.
Yeah, Michelle. So you can read the 6th, 7th, and 8th ayah.
وَإِنَّهُ عَلَى ذَلِكَ لَشَهِيدٌ.
1 minute. You missed the 6th ayah, but anyways, there's no problem. But وَإِنَّهُ عَلَى ذَلِكَ لَشَهِيدٌ. Qalqala. We learned. When we stop, it should be لَشَهِيدٌ. Can you do it again?
شهيد.
A little more bouncing.
وَإِنَّهُ عَلَى ذَلِكَ لَشَهِيدٌ.
MashaAllah. Very good. One more ayah.
وَإِنَّهُ لِحُبِّ الْخَيْرِ لَشَدِيدٌ.
MashaAllah. Very good. Very good, Michelle. So, Michelle, these are level 2 examples. Lashahid, lashadid. It comes in the last of the word. So that those are qalqalatul wasat. That means middle, level 2. Should be done a little more than level 1. Even lakanud. Michelle, you didn't read, but no problem. Lakanud. Okay, Michelle, very good. You did what we learned in the last class. The noon mushaddada. You did unna. Mashallah. I appreciate for you remembering that what we learned in the last class. So now we'll go. Anyone else wants to read? Yeah. So everyone can hear me.
Your video is getting stuck sometimes.
Actually, I'm not. I didn't on my video.
Last time for now.
Audio, sorry.
Audio. Okay. Sorry.
We can't see
Sorry
the
for that.
screen.
Yeah. I canceled the screen sharing. 1 minute. Yes. Now can anyone see the screen?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Very good. Now we'll go through a few more examples. Then we'll start Surah Al Baqara. Okay. So anyone else wants to read these examples?
I want to read.
Yeah, Ryan. You can read.
Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. قل أعوذ برب الفلق من شر ما خلق ومن شر غاسق إذا وقب ومن شر النفاثات في العقد ومن شر حاسد إذا حسد.
Mashallah, very good, Ryan. So everyone heard Ryan also did it properly. So Ryan, can you say me which level are these? In the last khalaq, falaq, which level are these? Level of qalqala?
Level the second one.
Yeah, mashallah, very good. So these are level 2. Very good. Okay. Okay, so these are level 2. Ryan, you did it very good. MashaAllah. So we'll go through one more surah as an example. Yeah. So anyone else wants to read?
Can I read?
Hanun?
Oh, okay, it's okay, it's okay. Hanan, you can go.
Yeah. Okay. Very good. Dua. So Hanun, you can read the 5 ayahs.
أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم تبت يدا أبي لهب وتب ما أغنى عنه ماله وما كسب سيصلى نارا ذات لهب وامرأته حمالة الحطب في جيدها حبل من مسد.
MashaAllah, very good, Hanun. As you can hear, Hanun also did it properly. MashaAllah, very good, Hanun. Before we start Baqarah, I would like even Dua, you raised your hand, right? Dua, can you read only the first ayah?
Yes. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. تبت يدا أبي لهب وتب.
MashaAllah, very good. So this in the first ayah, which level is it, Dua?
Second level.
No, the last one. Watab.
Yeah, that is in the third level.
Yeah. So third level. So you should do a little more. We should do very much. So you did it perfectly. Very good, Dua.
Thank
So
you.
I hope all of you have understood this clearly by the examples. By some people who read the examples, I could understand. Most of you read it clearly. No one made much of a mistake. So, mashallah. So I hope you are clear with Hurooful Qalqala. So you could ensure that whenever this comes in the Quran, whenever these 5 letters Qaf, Ta, Ba, Jim, and Dal comes in the Quran with a sukoon, then you have to do qalqala. You have to bounce on them, and the 3 levels you already know. So very good. So we completed our first session. Now we'll go to the second session, which is Surah Al Baqara. So Surah Al Baqarah. I'm sharing the screen, but it's better if you all have, all of you have the Quran, because keep a Quran with yourself every time. So when you look in the Quran again and again, it will be better for you and it will be easier for you to learn. So do not always see on the screen. So if you see on the screen, then the next time you won't see on the screen, because we only do this on Thursday. So if you see in the Quran again and again, if you say in the same Quran, then it'll be better. It's like my type of advice. So I gave you an advice. So you can even see the screen if you don't have a Quran at currently. So we'll start. So I'll start by reading these 2 ayahs. Then we'll go read. We'll learn all the rules, all the tajweed that comes in these 2 ayahs. Then I'll give you guys time to read these ayahs. Some people can read these. So 2 people are raising their hand. So if there is any question, you can ask me. Told you to read, then you can raise your hand. But right now, I'll read it first. I'll give you an example.
Hanan, your voice is breaking.
Hanun, Rehan.
Hello, can you hear me?
Yeah.
Hello,
Yes, Ehsan.
your voice is breaking.
Okay, I'm sorry. Wait. I'm stopping the screen. Okay, I'm stopping screen sharing.
Okay.
So that my internet connection is problem. Internet connection becomes better. So I'm not sharing the screen. I'm sorry. So you guys can look in the Quran. Yeah, you can look in the Quran. So I'll stop the screen sharing. Okay, I think maybe now it'll be better. I will hope that it'll be better, inshallah. Yeah, sure. Yeah, so 3 people are raising their hand. So Yes, Najih, Rehan, Hanun. Is there any question or
I forgot to lower my hand.
okay, very good, Hanun. Najih and Najih, you have any question?
No, I want to read.
No, Naji, 1 minute. First, I will read these and say the tajweed in them. Then you can read. I'll give you all a chance. I'll give most of you a chance. I'll try, inshallah. Okay, so I'll start. I'll start fast. Yeah, so I'll read the two ayahs. You guys listen properly and look at the Quran as well. Okay, so I'll start. Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim. والذين يؤمنون بما أنزل إليك وما أنزل من قبلك وبالآخرة هم يوقنون أولئك على هدى من ربهم وأولئك هم المفلحون. Okay, so I hope you all listen to that. So now we'll explain the tajweed rules in ayah 4. So one more thing, as I wanted to say, like since I told you in the first, so it's not only going in hifz as well as tajweed, but one more thing is there. So when we are going in hifz slowly, we are going slowly, but when we keep on going, you should not forget the ayahs which we finished before. So I'll try my best. I will have a revision class as well. Since we'll have a revision class in which all of you can read from the starting. When we reach a little more, maybe 10 ayahs, then we can have a revision class. But try not to forget, so that you don't just continue. Try to not forget the first 3 ayahs. So if you forget, then it'll be harder again for revising them. Okay, so I'll start with the rules of the fourth ayah of Surah Al Baqara. So I'll start. So walladina. Here you can see after wa there is a hamza. There is a alif with some notation on it. So it's not a dhamma. So you should drop it. You should ignore it. You should leave it away. So walladina. You should join wa and la. Walladina. And here la with a shadda. So la with a shadda, you should not do gunna actually. So we learned only when noon and meme comes with a shadda, you should do gunna. So lam comes with a shadda, you should not do gunna. So walladina, only walladina. And here the comes from underneath the tongue. So it's a hard letter. So we have learned the makhraj. So the comes underneath the tongue. Walladina. Walladina. I'll continue. Walladina yu'minuna. So yu'minuna we learned in the third ayah as well. Here you should do a zap sound. Yu'minuna. And today as we learned our qalqala rule, we should not do qalqala there. We should not do qalqala. So remember that. Yu'minuna. Yu'minuna is wrong way. It's incorrect way. So yu'minuna is the correct way. So you should not do qalqala. So yu'minuna bima unzila. So here bima unzila, there is a mad sign. So on top of bima alif, there on top of alif, there is a mad sign. So in mad, this is one of the mads. It's not a compulsory one, but you should do for at least 2 to 3 counts. Not too much, not like we learned alif lam, not lazim. It should not do 6 counts, not that much. 2 to 3 to 4, that much enough. 4 is the maximum. You should not do more than that. So bima unzila, you should not do very much, nor you should do very less. So bima unzila, that's enough. Again here unzila, noon does not have any harakah, but this is a place where we do gunna. So we didn't learn this in detail, so we'll learn it inshallah. But here I'm just saying for you to learn these two ayahs. Since I'm saying here, so I'm saying here you should do gunna. So gunna should be done here. After bima unzila, that word you should do gunna. I'll read it with gunna. Bima unzila, unzila. So I'm doing gunna. So you guys have to do it too. Then unzila ilayka, ilayka, kya. Kya is not ka, not ka. Kya. Ilayka. Wama unzila. Same. Here bima unzila, then wama unzila. So wama unzila, again same mad, 2 to 3 to 4 counts. Your wish, but don't do it more than 4 nor less than 2. Wama unzila. Again unzila, gunna again. So it's like the same kind of words. Bima unzila, here madden gunna. Wama unzila, madden gunna. So I have not explained what is mad actually. Mad means stretching. So the English meaning is stretching. So we stretch the letters. So wama unzila. Again unna we have learned reading with the nose. Unzila. Then I'll continue. Unzila min qablika. Min qablika. Here also we should do gunna. We didn't learn it. We didn't learn why, but we learned why after some classes. That's a big rule. So now, just for learning this ayah, for the sake of learning this ayah, you have to learn that there is gunna there. Gunna means reading with the nose. We have learned it in the last class. I mean, last Thursday. Min qablika, min qablika, gunna min qablika. Then qablika qa. Qablika, from the underneath part of the tongue, near the throat. Qablika, it's a heavy letter. It's not ka. Qablika. Qablika is wrong. Qablika. Qablika. And here ba with sukoon. So we learned today itself. Ba with sukoon. What is it? Qalqala. So Hurooful Qalqala, ba is a letter of the, ba is a bouncing letter. So you can remember like the example which I told you. Does the ba have a cap? Is it wearing a cap? So sukoon is there. So the cap is there. So when the cap is there, you should bounce. So the players start bouncing. So ba is a player, it starts bouncing. So qablika, qablika. And again here ka, like ilayka, qablika, ka. It should not be ka. قبلك قبلك قبلك. Then if we continue قبلك وبالآخرة وبالآخرة here وبال. So here again the first which we saw in the walladina in the first of this ayah we saw walladina like that. Here the same symbol. So alif with one symbol notation. So what is that? That is you should drop it. You should leave it. This also has a big rule inside it. But for now, since learning this ayah, I'm not going to explain the rule. Since learning this ayah, we can say we have to ignore it. Bil akhirati. And here, there's a confusing part here. So bil akhirati, lam with sukoon. This letter is lam with sukoon plus a. So you can see the hamza here. So everyone, I hope everyone can see the hamza in the Quran, in the lam and hamza, that letter. You can see the hamza. The hamza is, if you observe it, it's in between the two lines of the lam and alif. It's between. So it should be wabil akhirati. If you have observed in some other places, here it'll come on top of this alif, on the top of the second alif. I don't think so most of you are understanding. So I'll try sharing the screen again. I'll try sharing the screen again. If there is any issues, you can say me, then I'll stop this sharing again.
All right.
Okay, thanks. Then I'll start. 1 minute. Can you all see the screen?
Yeah.
Yeah, we can see it.
Okay. So by sharing the screen, maybe my voice will be low or something. If that's happening, just say me, then I'll stop sharing the screen.
All right.
Okay. So yeah. So where was it? Yeah. Me qablika wabil here. Wabil akhirati. I was saying here. So there, here you can see this letter. It's a lam sukun plus alif plus hamza. So lam sukun plus hamza. So here you can see the hamza. Hamza is it on it is on middle of these two, lam and alif. Some places, if you have observed, it will come on top of this alif. If it comes on top of this alif, you will read it as wabil akhirati. Akhirati. Since it's in the between of these two, lam and alif, you should read hamza plus a. So a is after hamza, so it should be akhirati. Wabil akhirati. Since in the middle, if it's on the on top of the alif, it should be akhirati. So I hope all of you are clear with it. It's not a tajweed rule. It's like it comes in the Quran like this. So sometimes it comes in the middle of lam and alif, and sometimes it comes um, on top of the alif. So these are two different ways. So if it's in the middle, wabil akhirati. If it's on the alif, then wabil akhirati. Wabil akhirati. I'm sorry if you can see any lines on the share screen. If you can see any lines, I don't know what's happening. Maybe there's some virus in this laptop. So
It's actually someone drawing on your screen.
so
Yeah, there's some pencil thing. No, someone is using that.
Yeah, you can draw on your. They can draw on your screen. Using-
Don't need to mind that.
so is it? But I'm not drawing anything.
It's
Actually-
not you. In Zoom, you have a. You can actually disable it. It's right now enabled. I
Okay,
don't know where to
inshallah, next like now I have to I'll try to remove it next time, inshallah. So it's someone in the Zoom. So anyone who's doing that, please stop it and do not like disturb the class. So yeah, so wabil akhirati we learned. So if it's in the middle, akhirati. If it's over here, akhirati. So again, then we'll continue here. Kha comes from the throat. We learned throat letters. Akhirati, kha. Akhirati, makhraj we learned of the kha. Wabil akhirati, hum yuqinun. Here, hum, ha. This also comes from the throat. Hum, ha. Hum yuqinun. Hum, then yuqinun. Here you should do a little, after dhamma you should do a little more, because there's a vav with it. It's also a mad, but it's very less. It's only one count. So it's not yuqinun, it's yuqinun. Again, after noon also, it's not yuqinun, it's yuqinun. Here noon also. Here there's a vav there. So wabil akhirati hum yuqinun. So that's the makhraj of this ayah. So all you have, I think, I hope all of you have played with it. So I'll read it again. This ayah. I'll say where to stop. So this ayah is big. So most of you, not most, I hope, I think all of you can't read it in one breath. It's even hard for me to read it in one breath. So we'll stop at one place. You can either, if your breath is very less, you can stop at وَالَّذِينَ يُؤْمِنُونَ بِمَا أُنزِلَ إِلَيْكَ. إِلَيْكَ you can stop. Then you have to again continue from إِلَيْكَ. Should continue from back. Okay, there's no stopping sign over here. So you should in this ayah. So you should stop. If you're stopping at ilaik, then continue from back. So people who have better breath than that, then you can do on wama unzila min qablik. Qablik. That's where most of them stop. Most of the people who have good breath. So if you can't go till there, try once. If you can't go till there, then do till ilaik. Only ilaik is enough. Then ilayka wama unzila min qablik. Stop again. Again back qablika wabil akhirati hum yuqinun. So I'll stop at both the places and show you for once. So walladina yu'minuna bima إليك. I'm stopping there. If I'm stopping, إليك وما أنزل من قبلك. Again, I'm stopping. So if I'm stopping there, again from back. من قبلك وبالآخرة هم يوقنون. So you can either stop only on qablik, or you can, if people who have very excellent breath, some people may have them. So you can do in one stretch. But if your breath is going at the last, do not do that. Do not stress your body too much. So if it's okay for you, then you can do it. Maybe it's okay. So if I think I can do it, maybe. But you guys need not compulsory do it in one ayah, since there's no stopping. You can stop at qablik, or people who have smaller breath than that, you can stop at ilaik. So I'll read it in one breath so that you can understand how it is read. So first I'll take a lot of breath. So if you want to try that, take a lot of breath in first, then you can read. والذين يؤمنون بما أنزل إليك وما أنزل من قبلك وبالآخرة هم يوقنون. So that's in one breath. Don't need to try that. So if you want to try it, you can try. But better to stop. If you're stopping, do it qablik. It's the best place to stop. If it's small, if your breath cannot reach till there, then ilaik. Listen to your body. Always listen to your body. How much you can do that much. Do not need to stress your body too much. Okay, so I've completed one ayah. So I'll give one or two people to read this ayah. So Naji is raising from a long time. So Naji, yes, you can read this ayah with the proper tajweed rules, which I explained. So try reading it.
بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم والذين يؤمنون بما أنزل إليك وما أنزل من قبلك وبالآخرة هم يوقنون.
MashaAllah, very good, Naji. So you have done most of the gunna, unzila, you have done perfectly. So, but one gunna you have missed here. Min qablika, there is also gunna there. So you have to do min qablika gunna as well. So Naji, very good. And in the last whom yuqinun, qaf is better. Qaf, you should be better. You should improve your qaf. Okay, Naji.
Okay.
Yes, very good. So I'll give one more person to read this ayah. One more person a chance. I'm sorry if I didn't choose anyone, if I left out anyone. Aqsa.
Yes.
Yes, Aqsa, you can read the fourth ayah, then we'll go to the fifth ayah.
والذين يؤمنون بما أنزل إليك
Aqsa. Yeah, so here if you're stopping at if your breath is not reaching till qablik, then stop at ilaik, no problem. If you want to stop at unzil, also no problem, but you should not stop unzila. If you're stopping unzil, lam should have a sukoon while stopping. Wama unzil, stop like that. Okay?
أنزل
Yeah. Very good, mashallah. Continue.
من قبلك وبالآخرة هم يوقنون.
Mashallah, very good. So one makhraj was not perfect. It was good, but not perfect. Kha, the kha was not perfect. So your kha is not perfect. So it should come from the throat. You are doing from the throat, but it should be little louder, and it should come from better from the throat. It should improve. So I'm not saying it's bad. I'm not saying it's very good. It's average, but you can improve it. Okay, Aksa?
Okay.
Okay, very good. So wabil khirati, kha. Okay, very good, Aksa. Aksa and Naji read this ayah. So I think everyone heard it. So very good, Aksa and Naji. So we'll go to the last ayah for today. So So if anyone is if anyone has a problem with going only with two ayahs, the fourth ayah is a little big. That's why I only went for two ayahs. So we won't have like a normal. We won't have same number of ayahs. We'll have the same length of ayahs mostly, but not the same number of ayahs. So it should not be always three or two. Sometimes it'll be three. Sometimes it'll be two. Sometimes if the ayah is bigger, it'll be one. So you should not. Don't worry about that. We'll go slowly, no problem. You don't need to become fast. So now I'll go to the fifth ayah. Last ayah is for today. Last ayah. أولئك على هدى من ربهم وأولئك هم المفلحون. Okay, so this is a small ayah. It's an easy one to learn as well. Okay, so we'll start here. Ulaika, in the first word only, there's most of you have confused. Okay, Ryan, what is Ryan, Rehan? Okay. Ryan, Rehan, why did you raise your hand? If there is any question, you can ask. Ryan and Najee. Any question? Ask. Otherwise, I'll continue my class.
I raised my hand.
Sorry, I forgot to lower my arm.
Oh, okay. Good, Najee. Okay, so I'll continue. Ulaika, here. First, only there's a confusion for a lot of you. There is a vav here. So in yuqinun and yu'minuna, here, when a vav came after a lamma, we did oo. So yu'minuna and yuqinun. So here, why are we not saying ulaika? Why? So here in yuqinun and yu'minun, there is no harkat on top of them. But here, ulaika, vav does not have a sukun. This is not a sukun. So all of you should not think of this as sukun. When you write Arabic, most of you write a circle as a sukun. But a sukun in Quran actually looks like here, on top of ya. So unzila ilayka. This is the actual sukun in the Quran. Or yu'minuna. Here is the sukun. So it's not a circle. So this is not a sukun. It's a special symbol, which we will learn inshallah after some classes. So but here you should leave the vav. You should remove the vav. You should not read the vav at all. So it should be only ulaika. So vav should be removed out. So it should be ulaika. Here after lam you can see a alif, small alif. We learned about the small alif in the last class. Alladhina yu'minu in the dhalikal kitabu. Kitabu, we learned the small alif. Here on the small alif there is a mad. So you should do the mad as well. So on the small alif there is a mad, so you should do it for 4 to 5 counts. This is another mad. It's not the same mad as wama unzila. These are very depth levels about these are about mad. So we didn't learn about them, so you don't need to worry about them. You can just learn at 4 to 5 counts. 4 is enough. Ulaika. Here there's no letter actually, but there's a hamza down and with a kasra. So ulaika. So here it's ulai. Here is e. So ulaka is wrong. Here hamza also you should see. I'm sorry, who is it? Is my voice audible or is it breaking? Anyone?
It's audible. It's not breaking.
Okay, I'm sorry. Okay, then thank you for that. So then we'll continue. Ulaika. I was talking about ulaika. Here hamza. Ulaika. Ka comes. Ka. It's not ka. It's not ka. It's ka. Ulaika. Then ulaika ala. So here ain comes from the throat. Ala. So ala here again a small alif. The small alif comes, you should stretch a little more. Yes. So ala, it's not ala. Ala is wrong. Ala, here alif is there. So listen to these carefully, otherwise you'll make a mistake in them. So if you make a mistake, it's hard to correct it. So try to listen them carefully. So then ala after ala, hudan. Here, there is another rule here. First of all, ha comes from the throat. Hu, ha, hu. So, hudam mir rabbihi. So, here, after a tanween, what's a tanween? Most of you know, most of you don't. So, tanween means two fatha coming together. After that, there is ya. But ya, this is not a ya actually. Ya should have two dots down. There are no two dots. So it is wrong to say this letter is ya. Actually, this letter is not a ya. So here, like this vav, which we removed, here you should remove the this thing as well. The ya, the not a ya, this letter, this symbol as well. So hudam, you have to join hudam and min. So here again, mim mushaddada. We learned in the last Thursday, when mim mushaddada comes, we should do ghunna. So hudam mir rabbihim, hudam mir. So here ghunna you should do. Then mir rabbihim. Here noon does not have any harakat on it, but it does not have even a sukun, so you have to mix this with ra. Mir rabbihim, it's not min rabbihim. Min is wrong. Mir rabbihim, you have to merge them. Again, these are depth rules. I'll talk about them later. Many of these rules, most of you don't know. I know this. I know this because I've learned them. So most of you, we have only learned two rules till now: noon mushaddada, mim mushaddada, and qalqala. So you do not need to worry about this, but you should know how to read them at least. So hudam mir rabbihim. Here, so here again a rule of stopping is there. When there's a rule of stopping, you can stop. So you can stop here. So this is the best place to stop in this ayah. So mir rabbihim is the best place to stop. Here, since there is a stopping sign, you should not read from back. Do not need to read from back. So if I am reading this ayah, Ulaika ala hudam mir rabbihim, then I can continue wa ulaika. Okay. So you don't need to read from back since there is a stopping sign. So this is a stopping sign. Then wa ulaika. Then again wa ulaika. So same word ulaika again comes with a vav. So wa ulaika. Again you have to remove this vav, the second vav, not the first vav. Wa ulaika. So maybe you can see this vav with this, not a sukun, this circle on top of it. So this is in gray color. So the gray vav, we should remove it. So wa ulaika, same word ulaika, and wa ulaika, as I told in ulaika, same rules. Here you should do madda as well. Four counts is the best. Ulaika wa ulaika, and humul muflihun. Humul, ha comes from the throat. Humul muflihun. Humul, lam, with again this sign comes. This sign you should leave it, remove it. Humul, you should do humul. You should join humul, ma and lam. Humul muflihun. Here muflihun, ha comes from the throat. Here you should do muflihun, like yuqinun, you should do muflihun. Since there's a vav here in the orange color, you can see a vav, so you should do muflihun as well. So and another thing which I wanted to see for that, fa when comes
video fucking.
Everyone, anyone who's unmuted, please mute yourself. Okay, yeah, good. Thank you. So fa with a sukun is not qalqala. So we learned qalqala, it's only qaf, ta, ba, jim, and dal. So it should, fa, you should not say muflihun. Muflihun is a wrong way. It's an incorrect way. So muflihun. It should not be with the bouncing. The bouncing should not be there. Okay. So now I want three to four people to read these both ayah, then we can end up with the class. We can end the session. People who have read last time, will give a chance next time, because there are many people, so everyone has to get a chance. So Aksa, I'll give you a chance next time because you have already read, so I'm sorry. Yeah, so people who have not read can read. Yeah, okay. Ryan.
Yeah.
Yeah, Ryan. Read these both ayah with the rules I explained, with the how to read.
Okay. والذين يؤمنون بما أنزل إليك وما أنزل من قبلك وبالآخرة هم يوقنون أولئك على هدى من ربهم وأولئك هم المفلحون.
Yeah, very good, Ryan. Mashallah. So, I'll say the mistakes which you have done. You have read it perfectly with good tune. Mashallah, barakallahu feekum. So there are there are only 1 to 2 some mistakes, very small, minor mistakes. So here, walladina yu'minuna, here you did a ayn. So it was I heard it as yu'minuna. Ayn should not come. So yu'minuna, Hamza should come. Both Hamza should come. Both are throat letters, but Hamza yu'minuna. Okay, Ryan.
Okay.
Okay. Try to focus this yu'minuna next time, inshallah. And this one, it's not it's not very bad. It's almost good, but it can be better. It can be better. You can do it. So muflihun, ha comes from the throat, but you did it from the throat, mashallah, but it should improve it. So ha should come little more clear.
Okay.
So these throat letters also have another name, but this name is not used here. When we learn the makhraj, it is not used. When we learn another rule, it is used. But this also have another name called. If you read in if you read it in English, it is clear. The letters of the clear letters. So it should be clear. The pronunciation should be clear. Muflihun. Okay, Ryan.
Yeah. Okay.
I hope you'll correct it, inshallah.
Yeah.
You have done good. There was no big mistake. There was only small these makhraj mistakes. Mashallah. So I'll give another chance. So if anyone wants to read, they can raise their hand. Better, I'll pick someone so that oh, 1 minute. Shazib, Mohammed Shazib. Mohammed Shazib, you can read the 2 ayahs.
بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم والذين يؤمنون بما أنزل إليك وما أنزل من قبلك وبالآخرة هم يوقنون
1 minute, Shazib. Wabil akhirati hum. It's not him. Hum.
وبالآخرة هم يوقنون.
And another one. Try to go a little slow, and you don't need to read it fast. Go a little slow.
Okay.
Yes, you can continue.
أولئك على الهدى من ربهم وأولئك هم المفلحون.
Yeah, so very good, Shazib. So ulaika ala, it's not alal. Here there's no alif lam. So ala, it should be a little stretchable. Ala, it's not alal. Ala and hudam. There's no connection in between ala and hudam. So it should not be alal huda. That's wrong way of reading. So ala hudam mir rabbihim. And you didn't do the gunna over here. We learned it in last Thursday. The noon mushad, the meme mushaddada. Gunna you should do. You should read from the nose. Ala hudam mir rabbihim. And it's not alal huda. Okay. I hope you'll correct these mistakes, inshallah. Correct these mistakes, inshallah, next time. When you read hifl, remember these rules. So if you read it with the wrong way, then it'll be wrong for most of the time. It's very hard to correct it. So it'll be very hard to correct. So try not to make these mistakes while learning the hifl.
Okay.
Okay, inshallah. I think I know you can do it. So I'll unmute one more person. I'm sorry if anyone didn't get a chance. So Aiza.
Hello. Actually, she needs some more time to read. Actually.
Okay.
Hello?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. No problem, Aiza.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, 1 minute. Okay. Yes. Now I'll unmute someone else. Anyone raising their hand? Okay, no one is raising their hand. So, Sister Shaija. Sister Shaija, if you can read these two ayahs, then we can end up the session. Okay, I think she's not available. So, Hanun, you would like to read? Hanun.
أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم والذين يؤمنون بما أنزل إليك وما أنزل من قبلك وبالآخرة هم يوقنون أولئك على هدى من ربهم وأولئك هم المفلحون.
MashaAllah, Barakallahu feekum. Very good, Hanun. So, as everyone heard, Hanun read it perfectly. Could not find any mistakes. MashaAllah. Very good, Hanun. Keep it up. So, one more last person, I'll give a chance. Then we can end this session. So, anyone wants to read can raise their hand. Rehan and Hamin is raising their hand. Rehan, yes, you can read. Hamin, maybe next time, inshallah. I'll give you a chance. So, Rehan, read, then we can finish.
بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم والذين يؤمنون بما أنزل إليك وما أنزل من قبلك وبالآخرة هم يوقنون أولئك على هدى من ربهم وأولئك هم المفلحون.
MashaAllah, very good, Rehan. Barakallahu feekum, very good. So, I didn't find much of mistake. So, there is only one makhraj which you have to improve. As I said last time, no one of you is making a mistake in the makhraj, but you have to just improve. So improve your makhraj of letter, which letter you are having confusion, not confusion, like which you have to improve is ha, letter ha. Wabil akhirati hum yuqinun, and hudan ha. Ulaika ala hudam min rabbihim. And again, وَأُولَٰئِكَ هُمُ الْمُفْلِحُونَ. These are some of the places which ha come in these two ayahs. So try to improve your makhraj of the ha, the pronunciation of ha. Inshallah, you can do it. So will you do it, inshallah, Rehan?
Yes.
Yeah, inshallah. Very good. We have finished with the class. So I'll do the conclusion. 1 minute. So I'm stopping. I'm stopping to share the screen. Okay. So yeah. So we have finished with the class. Hope you all learned from it and benefited from it. Yeah. So today we learned two ayahs: Baqarah ayah 4 and ayah 5. So till next class, which is on Tuesday. Until next class, inshallah, I hope all of you can learn this by heart. So try to learn it with the first three ayahs. Do not forget them. So it's better to read with them as well. So maybe you forget. So inshallah, all of you can learn it. I hope all of you can learn it till Tuesday. These 5 ayahs by heart. So people who have not learned the first 3 ayahs can send me the first 3 ayahs in these days. Like small people like Aiza and Haya, you don't need to learn it fast. You can go slow, no problem. Since you are in first standard, you can go a little bit slow, Aiza and Haya and like that. People who cannot do it can go slow, no problem. So they can read with looking as well. So in Tuesday's class, what we'll be doing is everyone reading these 2 ayahs to me. So that's what we'll be doing in the Tuesday class. Then in the Thursday again we'll do the same class as today, inshallah. So I hope all of you benefited from this program, from this session today. So inshallah, all of you I hope all of you can learn these 2 ayahs which you learned, which I taught. Okay, so we'll end the session.
Assalamualaikum.
Yeah, okay. So assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh to all of you. Wa alaikum salam.
Warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
So I'll end the meeting, inshallah. So we meet again on Tuesday, inshallah.